So if for some reason you don't get on Wi-Fi, I don't want you to be in a panic situation. It's not the end of the world. I have taught this before where I'm the only one on Wi-Fi. So you'll be alive and you'll be okay, and we'll come around and we'll knock somebody else off at some point and get you on, okay? So you'll be okay. Just everybody take a breath and know that you're okay, all right? You're okay no matter what. All right. So I do have a website up here that I want you to make sure that you go to if you have not yet, and it is What a Coincidence. GetHotPayingClients.com. GetHotPayingClients.com. What you will learn from this website is not just how to get hot paying clients, but you're going to actually get to see how the bot operates. So you're going to get a choice. You can register by email or you can register by Facebook Messenger. My suggestion is that you register by Facebook Messenger so you can see ManyChat. So GetHotPayingClients.com. GetHotPayingClients. Now here's what people don't know. They think this is simply a 6-lesson e-course that took me a few weeks to put together with some homework and some assignments. It's not. After you go through this, you're going to be invited to 10 Google Hangout live sessions with me where I'm actually going to take you deeper in the process, and I'm actually going to do coaching with you, and it's all free. Okay? I always do things to give back. That's the Heartrepreneur way, okay? So I want you to get registered for this because that will lead you to get an invite for the free training. Does everybody have that? GetHotPayingClients.com. This is my Facebook business page. A business page used to be called your fan page because people could be a fan of yours and they could click the liked button. And this is what a business page is all about. A business page is not where you post your personal things. So I don't post about my doctor here, and I don't post about those kinds of things here. As you can see, I used a video where some of you have cover photos. Why would I use a video? Gets more attention. Videos get more attention. Whether people listen to my video or don't listen to my video, it just gets more attention. And it's not a great video. I literally realized I needed to do a video. I was down the shore in a dark place, not in my studio, and said, I need to go do a video. And that's what I did. So in order to use Facebook and use the business pages correctly and really think about how do I use the business pages, there's a few things to keep in mind. This is getting thicker and fatter. Who's the target that you're talking to? Just don't talk generically to anybody. Talk to that specific high-paying prospect that you want to talk to. So you want to talk about things that that high-paying prospect would be interested in. So my clients are interested in 3 things: how to create a high-ticket signature program, how to get automated leads that raise their hand that are interested in using their products and services, and how to use Facebook for free to get tons of leads. So that's what I talk about. I talk about what they're interested in. Those of you who aren't sure, and I talked to a couple of you on different breaks that said, I don't know, I'm doing this, I'm also doing this, I could do this niche, I could do that niche, I don't really know. I always ask this question. If you didn't need any money, you had all the money in the world, what would you do for free every single day? Who would you help for free? And I've said this for 22 years since I've been doing this, and I'll say it again. I would still do what I'm doing, period. I would still do what I'm doing. I had a lot of other companies that I owned prior to this. I was a speech-language pathologist originally. I sold that practice. I owned an art consulting company and an art gallery. I sold that. I started a rehabilitation company for occupational, physical, and speech therapy, and I sold that to a company that you might have heard of, a little tiny company, NovaCare. That's a sarcastic comment. So I did work for them. I've done other startups. I own a coach training program. I co-own a business consultant institute, and on and on and on. You don't need to know all the things that I do. But there's one question that I ask myself every single time. Would I keep doing this for the next 20 years for free? And with all those businesses, my answer was no. No. And I said, well, I'm not doing the right thing. 22 years ago, when I started doing this, I said, I am at home. I'm doing what I want to do, what I'm supposed to do each and every day, doing what I love, loving what I do, and have a freedom lifestyle. And the money rolls in, and the freedom rolls out. The money rolls in, and the freedom rolls out. Doing what I love, loving what I do. And so I also say, what comes easy? I ask my clients this all the time. What do people tell you you're really good at, that you might not even think you're good at? So one of my clients, she was just leaving a corporate job, and she said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. And I took her through this exercise, and she said, you know what I'm really good at, what people tell me I'm good at, is coordinating my clothing. I get compliments all the time. She is now an image consultant, okay? And she's making a great living, and she said the other day, she said, I could just do this the rest of my life. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you know you're at home. And I always say there's a lot of ways to make money. So if you're not doing something that you go, I would do this for free, I would do this for the next 20 years, then let's talk and let's figure out what the real thing is. I can teach you to make money in any kind of business. I've worked with over 247 different industries. Been around for a while. And then the final thing is one niche. So here's what I get. Yes, I do life coaching. Oh, by the way, I also sell blah, blah, blah supplements on the side. Oh, and do you want to have a blah, blah, blah party? I also do that. And then I also work in my husband's office and I do bookkeeping. Who are you? Who are you? If you go to Facebook and start a bunch of mixed messages, you don't know who you are and we don't buy from you. A confused mind does not buy.
Yeah,
or refer, right? So I had somebody hand me a business card recently, and the front of the card was very intriguing to me. I thought, I'm going to call this person, I might use them. And then I put the card down, it fell on the floor, I picked it up, put it back on the table, and I'm like, what's this? It was the backside of the card. It was the 5 network marketing companies that they represented. I'm not buying from the person now, because now I have a split person that's not going to give me focused attention and showed me I'm really not successful, so I'm doing all this other stuff because I got to make money at something. I'm trying a million things and hoping I make money at one of them. Okay? You have to pick a niche and you have to stick with it. Sometimes the market chooses you and sometimes you choose the market. I'm going to give you an example. When I first left corporate America, I was teaching people how to find out what their passion was, like I did, and how to start a business from home, like I did. Hence my first book called Work Yourself Happy. All right, that was my message. And all of a sudden, in my second year, people are coming to me going, well, you've already owned all these multi-million-dollar businesses. I want one of those. How do you do that? And I'm like, well, that would be business consulting. Okay. I'm like, well, that's interesting. The market told me what they wanted. And so I shifted my business. Now, I didn't try to do 2 things. I didn't go, well, I'll do Work Yourself Happy and I'll do this. One focus, one goal. One focus, one goal. I'm looking around the room at all my friends, and many of you have more than one focus. I don't go out advertising myself as a speaker. I am a speaker. I'm a keynote speaker. I'm paid by companies like General Electric to come in and do their keynotes. I travel all around the world doing that. I don't market myself that way on Facebook because then all the people that I really want to do business with, my hot, high-paying clients, remember that from the morning? It's all going to come back to you very quickly. That would make no sense to them. They're not going to hire me to come speak for them. So that's just a whole different area that I market to. But I don't talk about that on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook and go, come buy my books, because I don't really care if anybody buys my books, right? Those of you who are aspiring authors, I'll tell you a couple of quick things. The average book on Amazon sells 200 copies in its lifetime. The average best-selling book on Amazon oh no, 200, because the day that you hit bestseller, if you sell 200 and my book sells 180, you're above me, you're a bestseller, okay? So to be a best-selling author on Amazon does not mean you've sold thousands of books. I have a client, I guarantee any client I can get them to be a best-selling author. It's very easy, it's formulaic, simple piece of cake. I had one of my clients, I said, you're going to sell about 100 to 200 books. She said, oh no, I'm going to sell hundreds of thousands. I said, no, you're not. And if you think you are, hire somebody else, because you're not. And so she did her best-selling launch. I got her #1 in 5 categories, and she said, I only sold 181 books. I said, yep, it's about what you'll sell. And you'll get returns. Amazon will be telling you how many are returned, and you will not have 181 books sold. Trust me, I have 37 international bestsellers, and I've helped 161 clients be #1. I get it. I know how Amazon works. Okay? So if your aspiration is, I just want to be an author, that's awesome. It's not going to make you money. It's going to help you be more credible as an expert. How many authors do I have in the room? Awesome. It gives you more credibility. You hand someone a book versus a business card, you get a very different credibility status. The reason I get paid a lot of money to do keynote speeches, well, 1, hopefully because I make an impact on the audience, but 2 is because, she's an author. It's a big deal to some people. It's a huge deal to some people, okay? So a book is not an important thing for me to talk about on Facebook, because when a book is sold from my publisher, if he sells the book for $20, Amazon gets their piece, 40% that the publisher negotiates, take 40% away. The publisher gets his money. Guess what I get? I get $1. I really don't care about selling books, okay? And then some of you go, I'll just self-publish, then I'll keep all the money. Then you'll sell less books. I have a publishing house behind me that does marketing, gets my books in every library and in bookstores. You'll have your book on Amazon and you'll sell 100 books. Awesome. It's not money. Everybody get that? So if you're like, I've got to write a book, I've got to spend so much time writing a book, I'm going to say to you, unless it's some deep-seated passion, write one book and that's it. Or ghostwrite a book or have somebody write it for you. Get it done. Just get it done. And use that book as your business card. Everybody got that? Yeah. I give away my books. I could care less about selling them.
In terms of that, how large should the book be?
Great question. So if you want to print a book, which I recommend, an ebook is not being an author of a book in my view. It needs to have a spine, and the best have about 120 pages to be a good spine book. I got a book the other day that they had 80, and the spine was like this, and it wasn't a solid book. So publishers recommend a minimum of 120 pages. And by the way, if you're don't really like, I'm not that inclined to write, 120 seems like a lot, use bigger font, put some illustrations in. And now I'll tell you my true story. I have a client who made $1 million with a book. And the book, some of you may have read it. She used a different name on the book. It says, Everything Men Know About Women. Has anybody ever seen this book? Who said that? Who said it's empty? You've seen the book? It's empty. It's a coffee table book. It's sold for $40 a book. You put it on your table, you open it up, and it's blank pages. Everything Men Know About Women, okay? She did it.
Women's book, the book on women for men would be like,
That's true. That would be the opposite. It was absolutely hilarious. And she did it as a joke. She really did. And she did it under a different name. She did it for $40 as a big coffee table book. It caught on. It went viral. She made $1 million in those books. They're in gift stores and all kinds of places like that. So I don't recommend you write that book, but I do say you can be creative. You can put in illustrations, you can put in journal pages, note pages, if you don't have 120 words of content. By the way, I told you earlier and I recommend it again, just go to Google Drive, pull up an open new document, and then there's a tools menu, and on the tools it says microphone. That's how voice record, that's how I do all my books. I go blah, 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 blah. Here you go, Jocelyn. Fix it. Okay? The most important thing you need in a book is a great editor. I will say one last thing. Self-publishing. It's become like a really popular thing and people do it. print on demand, and you can do create space with Amazon, or you could pay a company. Not a big fan, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like you're a credible author. It doesn't. So go find a small press that's willing to publish your book. What's a small press? Morgan James is a company that published a few of my books back before I got Simon & Schuster and Wiley and had an agent and all of that. Morgan James is a pretty cool company. If you have a book that would fit in the category of motivation, you can see me. Justin Sachs is my publisher at Motivational Press that I'm contracted for, like for freaking life, I think, because he markets the pants off my books. And Justin is seeking some authors that would fit into the motivational book category. Okay? So I get paid to write books. If you don't have large audiences and you want to self-publish or publish through a vanity press, a smaller publisher, you will have to pay them because they are not going to publish somebody who doesn't have a name and a big list and can't sell books. Does that make sense? Okay, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, so you can publish inexpensively. Okay, so you have to make sure that you know the one niche. You can't go talking to a bunch of niches. It's one niche. I'm only talking to the highest paying clients that I want that are ideal for me and that have a sense of humor. Remember I said that earlier. So some of my posts might be funny. So you have to answer this question for me. If you're going to give me a result and an outcome, and if I'm going to pay anybody in this room, anybody want me to buy your products or services? Well, only a couple of people. Really? That's interesting. Okay. You not only have to tell me what result you're going to get, what are you going to solve for me? What's the problem that I'm walking around with that you're like, Terry, I can fix this. I want to fix this for you. I want to give you this result, this outcome. Let me fix this because I know how. Then I'm going to give you money. If you can fix something for me, I'm going to pay you. Does that make sense? Yeah. But you can't be vague, and this is where a lot of people are. They don't tell me in the amount of time. Okay, so I had somebody tell me, I'm going to help you get more energy. I don't think I really need more energy. My husband will freak, but I said, that's awesome. So my first question is, what is it you're increasing for me? More energy. Great. What will that decrease for me? She looked at me. Fatigue. Thank you. She just looked at me. So thank you for knowing that. You have to know what you're increasing and what you're decreasing. Then I said, what kind of time frame? She said, well, you're going to take these supplements and you should, and I'm quoting, you should feel something in about 9 weeks. Oh, wow. Should feel something. Do you remember I have a triple lock guarantee, right? I said, so what's the guarantee? I'll take it for 9 weeks. What if I don't feel more energy? Then what? She said, well, then I'll take you off of auto distribution and you don't have to get any more. Well, I didn't want to be on auto distribution in the first place. Okay, so I want you to really think about this. I want you to think about what is the problem that you take away from people? What do you decrease, and therefore what do you increase? You have to have both. So what do? I help people decrease the stress of doing all this ridiculous marketing, time, energy, and money that usually results in nothing. What do I increase? I increase their revenues and their profits. In what timeline? And what are the metrics? And I'm going to actually show you at the end of the day the actual timeline and metrics because they're part of the guarantee. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you have to be specific. And if you go on Facebook and just say, blah, 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 nobody knows what you're talking about. Instead, you should call out what the problem is that you solve and what are you increasing, what are you decreasing. You don't have to always talk about timeline and metrics. So here's what you don't want to do on Facebook. You don't want to be salesy. I won't use this guy's name. He's a pretty famous consultant, charges a coach, charges a lot of money, talks about his clients a lot on Facebook. And I called him out once because every post was selling. Every post. Get into my blah, blah, blah program. I only have 2 more seats. If you don't get in, you're a fool. The next post would be, I'm down to 1 seat, blah, blah, blah. The next would be, I'm doing an event next Tuesday. And I was like, oh my God, can I have one thing that's valuable? Just one. A tip, a clue, a hint. Do you have something to teach me? And so after seeing these like nonstop, and I've had clients who've gone to him and then come to me and said, he doesn't really deliver. So I just messaged him. He knows who I am. And I said, I could use first names. Hey, Kevin. Oh, Grant, another one of my favorites. It could have been Grant. We're not using any last names here. Hey, Kevin. I said, I would love to see one post, just one, that creates some value that I could share. And he came back and said, then you should probably leave my page. And I said, done. And that's okay. He's right. I should leave his page. I go to Facebook for value. I don't want people advertising at me. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you're on Facebook, you're going to do what I do, and you're not going to be in people's faces about it. Now, everybody has some form of a USP, $1 million formula, whatever you all call it. Who knows what I call this? What do I call it? Boy, Jocelyn is like my best student ever. Core unique positioning statement. Write that down. That is a writer-downer. Core unique positioning statement. Core unique positioning statement. Please don't go using those words. They are trademarked to me. Core unique positioning statement. By the way, did you notice that I trademark my assets? Is anybody noticing that? Yes. If you haven't trademarked assets or registered them, you might want to talk to me, because I have seen people rip people off beyond belief and almost put somebody out of business doing it. So just chat with me about that. So everybody has their own formula for doing this. I don't like them when they're memorized, so I'm going to tell you that. Anybody belong to a BNI, a LaTip, anything like that, a networking group, Polka Dot Powerhouse? Okay. So what I teach people is not to stand up and give a 30-second commercial that goes, I help blah, 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 blah. Because we don't remember it, it's not memorable, and it didn't come from your heart. I never stand up and say the same thing, ever. Because I couldn't. Just like if I did today all over again, I would not say the same things. Because nothing is planned, nothing is scripted. I have a few notes and that's it. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth, as some of you know. Formulaically, though, you want to know this for yourself. This isn't to go spew at people. People create these and then they think they're supposed to go like say them everywhere. They're somewhat nauseating. So I'll shout out my husband again, since he doesn't watch my things and he isn't here. Shh. My husband asked me to fill in for him at a BNI at one point, and he gave me his little commercial, and I went. I was like, I help people create the dreams of their life. I'm like, you're a financial advisor, honey. What is this? He goes, it works. Okay. So I didn't say that. You know, you could figure I wouldn't say that. And so I just basically stood up and said, do you like to have your money multiplied? Would anybody like that? Yeah. Me too. That's why I gave all my money from my businesses to my husband, and that's what he's done for me for the last 40 years. If you want that, you want Mark Levine. That's all I said. I didn't go through his financial advisor, yuck. I came home and I said, well, here's your referrals. And he said, oh my gosh, that was a really good group today. Said you might want to change up the commercial. It's the same people every week. Anyway, I don't want you to memorize this and walk around sounding like a canned whatever. There's people out there that like learn a 30-second commercial and they memorize them and they stand up and they go, I blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God, please connect with me. So we're heart entrepreneurs. We speak from the heart. However, this is for you so you get clarity. Please, I want to make this really clear. Don't write this down, memorize it, and go, Terry taught me this and told me to repeat it everywhere. No, 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 no. I help who? So I help entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. I name my group. Tell me who you help. I help homeowners. I help realtors. I help frustrated moms. I help teenage parents. I help chiropractors. I help dentists. I help bankers. Call out one group. Don't go, well, Terry, I could really help everybody. I sell water. Everybody needs water. I provide nourishment for health-conscious people. Not that this is. Okay? You've got to get clear on one, call them out. And then you tell us what they're going to achieve, what they're going to get, what's the result. I help entrepreneurs and solopreneurs get hot paying clients. Simple? You're getting my formula, right? So they can achieve more revenue, more profits, and have a freedom lifestyle. More revenue, more profits, and have a freedom lifestyle. Without blank. Without wasting time, money, and energy on marketing. Without wasting time, money, and energy on marketing. By the way, I just made that up in the moment. Now, if you asked me to do this again in 2 hours, I might say it a little differently, because it's coming from the heart. I loved when Candy came up and said, I don't know what I'm supposed to say, I'm just going to say what comes to me. It was perfect. Say what, you look at an audience and say what's in your heart and what you feel they need. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when you're on Facebook, you want to remember for yourself, who am I helping? Oh, what is it that they want? Let me talk about that. I'm going to do a Facebook Live. I'm going to talk about things that they want. And I know this is what they want to achieve. I'm going to remind them, but I also know what they want to decrease, so I'm going to mention that. Because there's a lot of ways to make $1 million. Do you know how many people make $1 million? What percentage? In their lifetime, earn $1 million. Mm-hmm. I love hearing all these numbers. I'm just talking the U.S. I love this. I was like, wait. How much? The number's going to blow you away. It's less than 1%. Do you know how many entrepreneurs and solopreneurs earn $1 million in 1 year? Way less. 0.4%. 0.4%. Can I give you some good news now? Because now you're like, here's the good news. The reason they don't do it is because they have no formula. They're just trying to do it on their own. They don't learn from somebody who's done it, and not just done it once. There's somebody that I know, she did create $1 million business. She's never been able to replicate that. She sold her business, all of her other businesses, she can't even get to $30,000 a year. She said, maybe I should coach people on how to do $1 million business. I said, maybe you should not. Okay? It's awesome that you hit it once, like freaking awesome. Maybe that was like a slot machine, okay? It was the right product, it was the right time, it was the right market, and it was 10 years ago. You can't do it today. Don't tell somebody else how to do it today. Does that make sense? So make sure that you're telling people, this is what I help you achieve, this is who you are, and this is what you can get rid of. You don't have to do it with stress or anxiety. So when I say to people, look, I know how to increase your revenues and profits, I've done it. I've worked with over 5,000 people. I've owned 7 of my own multi-million-dollar businesses. I also know how to do it without spending money on marketing, without a lot of time, without a lot of stress. I know that what they want less of. Does anybody want less of those things I just named? Anybody? Because, okay, a few of you are in the right room. The others, you might be in the wrong room right now. I'm not sure. All right. We're going to hold that next one. I'll go to Facebook first. So I'm on my business page. Does anybody wonder how to get a video up there like that? Yeah. iPad, iPhone. Can't do it from a computer. You can do it from your iPad or your iPhone. Mm-hmm. That's my cover. Mm-hmm. That's totally what you're looking at. Any smartphone. No, because it'll take time away. So if you have questions about some of this after, I will kind of go through this. All right. I will first tell you to put all of the information in the fields. So it'll ask you questions about your services. It will ask you questions about you. Fill it all out. Everything. I look up some of your pages and it says nothing. So it's not very long if I just bring up a few things. My about is only a few key things. Top business consultant and business strategist. Why do I say that first? So they know what you are. That's what I do, okay? Second, international best-selling author, awarded #1 female coach by coachinggurus.net. Why do I say that? Credibility, right. Profiled in Entrepreneur, Fortune, The Huffington Post, more. Why do I say that? Credibility. What's my publication I'm coming out in soon? Forbes. I posted on Facebook the other day. It was kind of fun. People were guessing. Engagement. Sports Illustrated. I mean, it was so not me. It was hilarious. Biography matches. Top business consultant, business strategist. It matches. International best-selling author for credibility. In-demand motivational speaker. Who says I'm in demand? I do. Okay? Then I've got founder of the Heartrepreneur Movement, which will be changed to Cause. Over 100,000 social media followers, which now is over 1 million. Popular radio show host. Who says I'm popular? I do. I think I'm very popular. Featured in publications Fortune, Self, Shape, Forbes. I was already in Forbes my second time. NBC, ABC, CNBC, MSNBC, CNN, blah, 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 blah. And now I tell my little story. Started my own business, found I could create business with ease, took my business to 1 million. Back in 1980, $1 million was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. Tried corporate America as president of a national healthcare company, realized it wasn't for me, although I was good at it. Quit my job, changed my life when I decided I'd live my passion and help others create successful businesses they love. I've helped over 5,000 business owners and now show them how to get more prospects, more customers, and make more cash with heart-to-heart relationships. Today, my life is comprised of interviews from the media, people depending on my expertise, advice, and me living the life that I always wanted. I want to teach you how to do what I did and what I continue to do. Let me show you how you can too. Visit, and my website's in there. I am telling you to model this. Okay, if you haven't been in Forbes or on ABC, skip that. But say what you can say, okay? By the way, the reason I'm saying skip that is when I taught this to somebody and said, model what I do, and I saw their page and went, oh my God, you were in all those magazines too? And no, you were. See, I'm just trying to be careful. Okay, awards. So I listed a couple of awards here. I was in Search of Heroes. I won an award. I was nominated for Top Influencer. I'm a contributor to Cura. I write for Evan Carmichael. I write for Self Growth. I blog for Wellness Universe. Now I also blog for Huntington Post. It wasn't updated. I write for the American Institute of Business Psychology, blah, blah, blah. Personal information. That's basically it. But just do me a favor, put that information in, because I go to some of your pages and it's empty. On the Contact Us page, make sure that you have some form or some information there. My page is a little slow. There it is. So there's a contact form, so if people want to contact with me, they can. When I teach you...
I just real quick though, does that like go to email or?
That goes to email. When I teach you how to do groups, you're going to see, these are just some of the groups that I manage. I manage 126 groups right now. But you're going to see that my groups are linked here. So when somebody first goes to my Facebook as a visitor, you'll see the groups that I have. So if you go, oh, I'm interested in what Terry has to say, you can join my groups. I prefer that people join my groups. What % of people see what I post on Facebook on my business page? 3%. What % of people see what I post in my groups? 100%. If you're in a group, everybody in the group gets notified. So how many of you are in my Heartrepreneurs with Terry Levine group? How many, is anybody in my I Love Coaching group? Entrepreneurs and Solopreneurs group? Master class? Terry Levine clients? I can keep going, okay? Yeah, she's a stalker. She's a stalker. All of these groups have a different purpose, and all of these groups, anybody in my Business Consultant Institute groups, okay, great. They have different purposes, okay? They are my exact ideal target audience sitting in a group right in front of me. I'm the head of the group, therefore I look like the leader. The group engages, they talk. I'm in there to set up the engagement, to contribute. I'm going to take you into a group and show you. I know every time I want to get a message out that most of my messages don't get through to people on email. Helen, should I reveal my secret? Yeah. All right, I will. As I told you earlier, there was a gentleman that works for my company that used to work for the CIA. We have a special program that runs in our email and in our texting. And it's my favorite program. When I send out an email, or anybody does in my company, yeah, I'm telling. We know if it lands in your inbox. We know whether it landed in a Mac or a PC. We know the zip code it landed on and the exact kind of a device that it landed on and the date and time it landed on. And we know exactly what you do with it. Delete it, trash it, close it, reopen it, forward it to somebody, close it, open it again, delete it, and then call James and say, I never got that. Okay, and James will send me a screenshot. Like, here, Terry, they clicked on it 6 times. I know. It's just the way it is. We're busy. We get a lot of emails. Sometimes we forget. I've done the same thing. I mean, I remember that email. And James is like, I'll send you a screenshot. You opened it. It was 9/11 on a Saturday, and you were on your iPhone, and you were in Lansdale, Penn. I'm like, okay, dude, I got it, okay? So why do we do all that? Well, first of all, because we can, because the CIA guy works with me, which is kind of cool. But second of all, because we realize emails don't get through. And it's not just because they're stopped by spam filters. It's because of humans. Any of you feel overwhelmed with email? Yes. That's how I was, right? Any of you ever gotten my autoresponder? Right? Yeah. A little, you might want to send me an email just to get it. No, don't, please. It's very humorous, but my autoresponder basically answers for me, because once I got on TV and I had books, I was getting 3,000 emails a day. If I answered 3,000 emails a day, I could never get any work done. So my emails are triaged by my assistant, James. My client emails come directly to me. All my other emails go to James, except for a day like this where all emails go to James, because clearly I'm not on email. He triages them, and I only get to see the ones that I need. Everything else is handled. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is I much prefer my groups, because I know if I put a message there, everybody sees it. Now, it's up to you if you decide to read it or not. If you choose to, great, and if you don't, that's great. But you will get notified if you're in a group. Okay? So that's the beauty of having a group, and why you don't pay Facebook for likes on your business page, because they're not going to see your stuff anyway. They're not going to engage with you. They're not going to comment, like, and share. In a group they are, and you can message them as much as you want in a group, all the time. So let's see if the Wi-Fi will let me go all the way down here, because I want to show you our live from today. Oh, let's see. It does. You can push a message from a group, and you could say message all. I could message everybody in my group, and I've got a business owners and marketing and sales help group with almost 6,000 people. If I say message all, every single person gets a message in their inbox from me. It is awesome. So here, Terry Levine was live. Anybody remember that? All right. With 60 of my friends. So far, it's reached 980 people. Yeah, that's nothing. It'll reach way more than that. And so if you take a look at it, I'm just going to filter this different. Nope, this is on my Facebook page. It's because you guys engaged. It's also because of shares. So it was shared 25 times. It had 24 reactions, and it has tons of comments. Now I'm going to show you what to do with all of this. I want to keep this post active. I want to keep it up there. Every time I go in and engage with a comment, it raises this post to the top of my page. Plus, somebody's on my page right now, on my video. So right now I saw Angela Joe. Angela, raise your hand. Where are you? There you are. Okay. So first thing I'm going to respond is I'm going to like what she said, and now I'm going to reply. Thank you so much. Did you start the free www.gethotpayingclients.com program yet? First of all, I engaged her. Second of all, what did I also do? I reacted, I acknowledged her. What did that just drop in there? It just added a link where now anybody can find my program. So without selling her anything, I just mentioned a program. Tandra, where are you? There you are. She said, thanks, blah, 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 and she hashtag and she put her website in. So I'm going to tell her this. You are implementing what you learned. What is, notice I'm engaging, that's not all I'm going to say. What is the number one takeaway from today? Do you notice what I'm doing? Is anybody like going, this might be different than the way you respond on Facebook? Okay, liking doesn't do any good for anybody. That's fine. And now I'm engaging, I'm not just saying. So how many of you know Sue, who's next up here, Sue Ballman? I know several of you know her. She's awesome. I love her. She said, I really work with the Amazing Beamer. Since you are raising funds to help kids with RSD, I'd be willing to offer some free Beamer session. Wow. So I'm going to change that like to a love, and now I'm going to reply. That is so generous of you. Now I see Nana's on there. See that? I deeply appreciate you. Watch this. What can I do for you? Every comment should engage people so they comment back to you. Karen, where are you? Right over there. She said, incredible learning experience, beautiful. She has my hashtag in there, and she's got her website in there, so I'm going to make a comment.
Is there a real benefit to other people in the comments making hashtags in addition to the hashtag you have?
Yes,
That brings more value.
it brings more value. People say no, and that's not true. Facebook says yes. I've heard people teach and go, oh, the comments don't make a difference. They do to Facebook. They actually do. So I'm going to say brilliant response. Great having you. What will you do with this information? Are you noticing how every question is creating engagement? Do you think that when I go back to these later, people will respond and then I'll get a chance to respond again? Can you see how this goes viral then? Because every time they do that and I do that, it goes to the top of the feed, goes to the top of the feed, goes to the top of the feed. Great video, Terry. Thanks for sharing all your knowledge. So glad you are in the room. Where can people connect with you? This is engagement, folks. And that's not what most of you post. And I'm just saying because I checked lots of pages before. We've got Angela again. She said, you have a heart for helping others, and she hashtag Heartrepreneur. You are also a, can you start to guess what I'm doing? Hashtag Heartrepreneur. What is it that you love to do most? Okay, Candy, raise your hand. Here she is. She said, awesome event. She loves the energy. She hashtagged it. I'm going to say, thank you for being a sponsor and being so generous with your gift. Where do you speak next? Do you notice I'm also promoting? Okay? So will people come back and engage with me? Well, I guess so. Angela Joe is responding to me. Very smart. Here's Alex. Alex, raise your hand. Awesome. So excited to be part of this, supporting your business. And she mentions her Stella and Dot. She's got all her stuff in here. This is awesome. So, whoops, I don't want to send you a message. Sorry about that, Alex. So I want to reply. Thanks so much for being a sponsor. And OMG, your Stella and Dot stuff is awesome. Come see me about styling me. Now, does that help her in any way if I say to style me? How come?
Because you're saying it, so we're gonna, your opinion.
People who follow me will be interested in what do you eat? What do you drink? What do you wear? Where do you get this? Okay, Eileen is one of my clients who couldn't be there, and she said, sorry, I can't be there. We miss you. What did you want to learn? By the way, spelling errors are not a big thing. What do you want to
I'm
learn?
not joking. My eyes are not bleeding right now.
Everyone should get Grammarly for Chrome.
Yes, Grammarly is a great thing. Grammarly is what I use on my computer, and it will tell you all your spelling errors. Marlene, raise your hand. There she is. So Marlene actually put her link in there, which is awesome. So we're gonna, and I'm gonna, oh, I did it again. We're gonna do all of these, and we're gonna come back and watch how viral it gets later. Thanks for being a sponsor. You are amazing. And please tell us what you provide.
And so all your comments are you on your company page, so you personally are commenting.
Yes, don't leave this to an assistant to do. Let's talk about that. My assistant, James, also called Nasir, he does my edging. Edging is what I was talking about before. A group of people that like, comment, and share. The more people that do that, the more your Facebook page gets seen. Right now, I have a 10% seen rate versus a 4% just because of edge ranking. I don't have him go in and comment, and I don't have anybody go in and comment. I know some people personally. It would be really weird, like if Dee says something and I go, oh, let me tell you about my program. She's in my program. Or Karen says blah, 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 and she mentions Ken MacArthur, and James won't know why she's mentioning that, and I'll know there's some reason in there, okay? So I don't have anyone comment. I spend 20 minutes a day doing just what I'm doing on some viral posts. I don't comment on a lot of other things, but on viral posts like this, I will comment where there's a lot of comments. I went to the one other free event you offered. Thanks for sharing. We wish you were here. Just keep watching how I do engagement, because this is what I want you to learn. Is anybody learning engagement?
Yes.
Okay.
How often do you go back through when they answer the question?
Great question.
What point do you stop that?
Never. If there is a chain of responses, I will always be in the chain, but I won't go in for another 24 hours. I'll go in, it'll die down after a while. It'll die down. Wish you,
Top of all of the
Every
comments,
time
so
that
you
you
Yep.
post it, it jumps it back up.
is Doug in the room? Dougie? Oh, yeah, Dougie, you were. Okay, what to avoid. Love this.
I gave 3 comments.
That's awesome. We're going to start with this one. Let's keep away from, this is a hashtag that I use because I blog about this a lot. Has anybody ever seen me hashtag false experts? So I write a lot of blogs about that, which is the only reason that I'm hashtagging it. Let's keep away from false experts. Tell us what you do exactly. Paula? Paula in the room? Okay, so Paula is somebody who joined us on Facebook. Terry is the best.
Yes, she is.
Thanks, Paula. Watch this. Why do you say so? Most of you would just like that, correct? How many of you would just have liked that? Okay. Lorna, raise your hand. Awesome, and she did a great hashtag. Love your hashtag, and really glad you are here today. What is your next action? And Lorna's right under that again. Love the hashtag.
Hot pink honey.
Don't forget to enroll in the free course.
So you'll do that more than one time on,
Yep, because it's going to show up different places and people will see it in different spots.
So Terry, everybody can see what you see on the screen, because I only see like 2 people.
You'll have to keep refreshing. You'd have to refresh every time I post something. So just take a look at every comment is an engagement. You are amazing and provide so much value. By the way, please speak from your heart and don't just say things that aren't true. I happen to know Alex and feel very comfortable saying that, okay? Don't say something that's not true. So I said, you're amazing and provide so much value. What is your favorite piece that you had with you today? Okay. Bran, are you here? Okay, I can't tell if people were here or just on. So much fun. Wish you. Oh, I thought so. Oh, let me change this comment. What was the most fun so far? Okay.
I have my answer, and I'm gonna go on and do it right now.
Awesome. Angel. Awesome, there we are. So glad, Lorna. And notice Lorna is a Facebook friend of this page. She has followed it or liked it, which I recommend you do so I can tag you. So now Lorna got tagged. Okay, so make sure that you like my page as you're on it so that I can tag you and create more viralness for you. So glad Lorna brought you. What did you come to learn? Do I have Jeff? Jeff? Oh, thank you very much, Jeff. I'll come back to them later. Thank you. Glad to have you with us. What is your number one takeaway to implement? How many of you are learning and going, now I can actually respond and people can have conversations with me? How many of you have not done this before and have not, be honest, have not been conversational?
I have, but not to this extent.
It's this point, okay? So now, oh, good one. She put her hashtag. Good job, Candy. So love your hashtag. What do you want people to know about you? Am I promoting your businesses? Yes, it's going to be a viral post. I recommend if you didn't like the page that you like it, because if I can call your name out and tag you, it will go more viral. So some of these are the same, so I'm just liking them. I'm going to put one here. Check out her website. I have known her for decades. And Angela, there she is. I can call her name out because she's like the page. Rocks. Okay, I'm promoting her. I'm going to go through the rest of the ones on the bottom real quick because I just want you to see. So here's one of my clients. Let me give her a love. Commented, shared, and liked. Okay, so I'm going to say that's why you are an ideal client. And I'm going to hashtag ideal client. Any idea why? It's one of my hashtags. Pay attention, please. Ideal client is one of my hashtags. I love you, because I do. She's one of my clients. Thanks for sharing. I will gift you a video when they are out. Do you know why? Why am I doing that?
Because she did something for you.
She liked, commented, and shared, so she passed it forward, and I pass it forward right back to her. Good point, Helen. Excellent. Where's Christy? Thank you. Here's Christy. And she hashtagged it. And I'm going to say, love you as well. And thanks for privately sharing with me today. I'm saying something personal to people. Do you get that? I'm not just writing random. I can't have an assistant do this. Tell me your big learning. Back to Dougie, very generous of you. Now watch this. Ready? I did this day for free to raise funds and awareness for, nope, this time is, I want to send people to the site. And then watch what I do after that. Oops. Correct. You guys are getting it. Okay. Eileen's back, and she paid attention. So you see the link for the RSD Foundation is in. She put in the name of her website. And I'm just going to tell her, you are paying attention. Way to go. Visit her site if you are now I'm going to hashtag something my client uses, startup. Okay? Linda, where are you? No, Linda? Okay. Okay, so thanks for the hashtag. What is your number one business challenge?
Karen, I take great pains to make sure that everybody's name hyperlink is in there. Is that a waste of my time?
It doesn't really matter. If you're commenting under them, they will get a notification, so it doesn't really matter.
Under them, not this.
It doesn't matter that much.
Good to know.
So here she is saying hello. We all say hello. There's not much more I can do with that one. Here's Sue again. And we'll just go to the magic of this in a minute. Thanks for the hashtags. You rock. Okay, now take a look at what Dougie did next. So he went in and he put his website. Very brilliant, right? So I'm going to comment on that. Brilliant. Visit his site. I can tell he creates value. You're welcome, and I can tell. You came right up to me and created value for me. Okay? I've got Tori. Raise your hand, Tori. There you are. Oops. So I'm going to love Tori. I'm going to just write a comment. So pay attention. Watch this. It's my pleasure. This was my last ever free event. Why did I hashtag free event? It's one of my hashtags. Right. Are you glad you were here? And it's a question. Some of you would just say, glad you were here. I'm asking questions. Angel? Here's Angel over there. I am grateful for you. What can I do for you? Okay, just noticing the engagement. And then we'll do the last one. Chelsea? Oh, there you are. So this is awesome. And she did her hashtag. So I'm going to say, I went there, which is true, for I went there for physical therapy, and it was awesome, which is true. Check it out. Okay, so all I've done right now, and I'm not going to go back, if I refresh my page, which I'm going to do, I'm certain there's going to be more comments there. Anybody think there's more comments? How many of you put a comment there? Okay, so what happens is you keep commenting, and then you're going, well, Terry, are you just going to keep engaging us? Well, yes, I am. Because when people have a conversation, they don't all of a sudden go, well, I'm not going to answer you anymore. They keep going. They don't stop engaging. And this is what I see some of you do. You may engage them and go, oh my gosh, Donna, blah, 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 blah. And then Donna goes, blah, 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 blah. And then you go, yeah, okay, well, like. You just cut off a conversation. It's totally like turning your back on them. So yes, I will continue to engage. I will go back tomorrow and I will see who else commented and who else to engage with. And I don't know how viral this will go. It'll go pretty viral. Let's see if my page will refresh because I just want to see how many comments. Does anybody remember how many comments there were in the beginning? 900 and something?
There was it had been reached. It had been reached by 900.
Okay.
And there was like
The reach is now 1,073 people because it went back in the feed and people are looking at it, and it has 373 views so far. So 1,073 people means they actually had to click it. Views mean 3 seconds. So they could have watched 3 seconds of a live. By the way, that's fine with me. So in a minute, it went up. The shares are right here, 28 shares. See that? Right above Angela Joe. 28 shares. So that's how you actually work a business page. You don't work a business page by going, let me buy likes and let me buy followers. You don't do that. It's just wrong. Angela Joe.
Correct me if I'm wrong, when you say the beginning of Facebook, it was Facebook Live, for a certain amount of time,
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Is that just for any
Yes.
Facebook Live event?
Period. When you go on Facebook Live, treat it like a webinar and go for 30 minutes. Every single time. How many of you have seen some of my lives that are 45 minutes to an hour? And I have people stay with me the entire time. It's just like a webinar. It's just like this. It's just like a class. Teach what you know, share what you know. How many of you have seen me be real transparent and talk about personal things? Okay, I want people to not only know me in a business sense. Did you get to know me personally at all today? Did I reveal certain things? Maybe too much. So people get to know you, like you, and trust you on Facebook. The only other thing I do want to point out, so on my page, I have about 14,000 something, 14,849 people have liked my page. I don't care if 4,000 liked my page. I have a blue check mark by my name right underneath my photo. Does anybody know what that blue check mark means? Verified what? A verified celebrity. That's a Facebook word. Let me explain that to you. Facebook does not care because I was a verified celebrity with 4,000 followers. It has nothing to do with the number of followers and likes. One of my clients was trying to buy all these likes, and I said, what are you doing? Well, I'm trying to get more people to like my page. What the heck for? They're not going to buy anything from you. Why would you need my likes? Well, I want to be a verified celebrity. Verified celebrity has to do with what's on your About page and Facebook authenticating it. Forbes, Self, Shape, Wall Street Journal, Huntington, blah, 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 Huntington, blah, 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 blah. That's what they verify. They don't care how many people follow you. There are politicians that have ridiculous numbers of followers that I know, huge, massive numbers, and they're not verified celebrities. Why? They didn't fill out their About page right. And then there's people that are my clients that might not be a very well-known person, but I know how to fill out their page right. It's a little bit harder to get it done, but we got it done. Okay? So why does that check mark help you? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Somebody else started another page, Terry Levine, and was trying to take my people. Yeah, people do this all day long. I've had my website replicated 6 times. I had somebody do the porn site. I'll tell the porn site story. I'll tell the quick porn site. My very first website, I was so excited to be on the internet because there weren't that many like coaches on the internet. It was one of the first, right? I'm so excited. So I tell everybody, Friday night, go on, comprehensivecoaching.com, go on. I'm so excited. Somebody hacks my site, and when you go on, it's drunkensluts.com with photos. Truth. So all my friends are going, oh, it's a great new business that you started. True story. Yeah, it was really horrifying. In any case, I've had somebody take one of my books, which is the weirdest one to take. Work Yourself Happy has a photo of me on the cover. And they put the book on their website and they said, I just wrote this book, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? That's my photo, and it linked to my Amazon page, so you're selling my book. Well, they're like, well, I just replicated your whole website and it was there. What? Well, you said to model it. They didn't model it. They literally just ripped off my entire site. And they didn't own a coach training school, but they put in there, I'm the founder of the so-and-so coach training. I'm like, what? People do this. You know, I'm trying to tell you what to avoid so you can learn from my mistakes. So The reason that I like to have the verified check mark is if somebody says, I'm Terry Levine, and I go to Facebook and so somebody's using my name, I got that person off of Facebook in like an hour. I can get Facebook to respond pretty quickly. Also, when you're a verified celebrity, you get to use an app that no one else can use called the Mentions app. And so you'll find all your singers, actors, actresses, politicians on the Mentions app, and anybody else like me on the Mentions app, and we get to go live with many people on the Mentions app, and we get other features that other people don't get. Other than that, you don't really need to worry about whether you have this or not. So we're going to travel around a couple of pages. We'll take a break in a while, but I really need you to travel a few pages with me first.
Did you ask Facebook to verify you? Is that-
You have to go through a process on Facebook. You have to have your About page filled out completely and correctly by somebody who knows how to do that, who is verified like me. And then you have a form that you fill out in Facebook asking them to verify it and providing some credentials that they need. And then they will decide if you're verified or not. They will message you at some point saying, we're not accepting your verification, or we are. And if you filled it out right, they will.
It doesn't matter how many followers you get?
They could care less how many followers you have. They could care less, just like you should care less. If I have 500 engaged people on my business page, I'd rather have that than almost 15,000 of people who don't engage. The Facebook game is about, what's the word I've used all day? Engagement. All right, so this is my personal page. Now, I just noticed something on my personal page. My personal page has been full. You can only have 5,000 friends on your personal page, and I've had 5,000 for a long time. Somebody didn't like what I was posting and dropped off. I have 4,996.
You have room for a new friend.
I have room for a new friend. So I am picking Christy. We're friends. Okay, so now when I refresh the page, we'll have 5,000 friends. And now that means I cannot add any more friends. So if you wanted to be on my personal page, you can follow on that page. You can follow on that page. Facebook on your personal page does not let you have more. You will notice that one of my good friends and clients, Vicki Helm, shared Terry Levine's live video. And because she used my name, Terry Levine, it's now on my personal page. Terry Levine doing what she does best, making entrepreneurs successful and making the world a better place. So I am going to like that. I'm going to comment, Vicki Helm. She is. Thank you so much, and we miss you. What have I taught you about? Why do I hashtag Facebook? It is one of my hashtags. Since I teach Facebook, I hashtag Facebook a lot. So if people search for something Facebook, or they want a Facebook expert, and they do the word Facebook, hashtag. You'll see underneath that is called edge ranking. This was a post of mine, millionaire versus broke, and other people have used it as well. But she says, via my friend, hashtag Terry Levine words. So what happens is in this edging group, is I put up a post, and underneath my post, Dee puts up a post, and underneath Dee's post, Helen puts up a post, and underneath Helen, Nan puts up a post, and we can go on and on through my clients. And then all we do is we like each other's on our pages, we comment, and we share, just like Vicki did. And our posts get more eyeballs and more engagement, and therefore our Facebook business pages get shown to more people. I went from 3% to 10%. One of my clients, and I don't know which one, so I don't know if it's one of you in the room or not, on one of your posts got 1,700 people viewing it, and you'd only had what, a couple of hundred prior to that. That's the difference in edge ranking. So I'm not going to teach edge ranking because that's a whole course in itself, but I just want to explain that's what goes on a personal page. Thank you very much, Tandra. So earlier, 2 hours ago, she shared my live video, and because she used my name, it's on my page. I have the pleasure of attending one of Terry's seminars today. She said where, 1 in a million, and she hashtagged it, right? Engagement, again. Thanks so much for being here. Tell folks what you do. Okay, now that's a perfect place for her to comment. Okay, I shared my video. I don't like and comment on mine. I did have a client who every time they posted their own thing was liking it. Don't like your own post. It's sort of weird. It's like, oh, look at the great post I put. Oh, it's really, don't like your own post. It's sort of weird, okay? So here's what I did earlier. We did the live video on my business page. I shared it over here to my personal page. And let's see. It's got 393 views and it's got some comments. And so we've got Vicky. We're going to comment again. Did you get into my course at www? What's the course? Everybody has memorized this.
HotPayClients.com.
Should be like a song. We've said it so many times. Hotpayingclients.com.
You can go to Fiverr and get that one.
Absolutely. We could get everything done at Fiverr. Vicky says, you're so freaking fun. And she says, hey to Jocelyn, we are having fun. I want to engage her, right? What are you doing today that is fun? Now, this is my personal page. Why am I engaging people on my personal page? Why would I do that?
Because when they see stuff on your page, they're gonna wanna find out more about you.
Possibly. Why else? Karen? Synergistic. Why else? Yes. Their friends see it. It goes out there. It's going to the world. This gets to go to, I've got 5,000 people that are my friends, and we'll drop down. I've got, I don't know, another 2,000 followers. So I'm still hitting another 7,000. Kathy put on here, I'd like to know more about the class. Now, thank you for asking. Check it out here and hurry and get in. It's free. Why do I put the link in every time?
Why did you do the link separate from the comment?
I wanted it to really show up clearly. Why am I putting the link in over and over and over again?
Not always gonna show up.
Different people aren't going to look, well, she's not responding to me, so I'm going to not look at that. So I'm trying to get it in there more. So I've got Rena. Thank you, Rena. Raise your hand. Where is Rena? There you are. I see a hand in the back, but I can't see your face. Oh, that's awesome. Hashtag blessed by the stretch. Ooh, I love that. So love your hashtag, as does the room. What is working for you? Okay, and then Alex, thank you. She shared the video, and Rob and Cheryl and Angela Joe, and I can keep going down. So here's what happens when someone goes to my personal page today. They go, what the heck was going on? Everybody shared this video. Remember I said you want to be a little bit intriguing? Do you think that anybody might go, maybe I should watch this? Okay, later I'll answer all those comments. So what happens when they watch it? Usually make a comment. What happens after they comment?
You respond.
I respond. So I'm going to give you an example of a response, but we're going to do it in a group. So from here, I'm going to go to one of my groups. What's my favorite group? Who knows? Heartrepreneurs. So I'm going to go to Heartrepreneurs. This is just a group that I established and that I set up. Oh, 2 people want to join the group. So the first thing I do is accept them.
Do you ever look at who they are and accept them?
If I don't know them, so I know both of you, if I don't know them, I will click on their profile, and I'm going to teach you in a minute why, and the amount of fake profiles that are on Facebook, and I don't want people spamming. Not all of my groups, but this group is set up where people can post without me approving their post, because I've hand-selected this group. In my business owners marketing and sales help group that has almost 6,000 people, that was established a few years ago, and I had somebody manage that group, and the person who managed the group was letting everybody in. So I got a lot of spammers. So that group is set up where you cannot post. So if somebody puts up a post, I can look at it, I can read it, I can delete it, I can delete and block a user. Most of the time, sadly, I'm deleting and blocking users. Heartrepreneurs, everybody's been hand-selected, so I know that everybody in here is creating value. So I'm going to talk about groups in a few minutes. You'll notice that it says recommended by the administration. That's me, the administrator. if you look across the top, these are all my groups. So when somebody goes to this group, if they dig my stuff, they can join my other groups. My closed groups, like my client groups, I'm going to teach you groups in a little bit. I'm just giving you an overview. They won't be able to see, but they can see my open groups. Oh, and look what Terry Levine happened to share on this page. Isn't that surprising? Oh my God, of course I shared the video, which has now had 422 views, okay? And I did a video here earlier this morning. Did anybody see that one? We're setting up the room. Some of you saw that. So that one has 106 views. And then you're going to see, somebody posted, don't discount your offers this holiday season. Here's how to cash in instead. No, that's not a spammer. She's posting for me. She shared Terry Levine's post. Yep. So that was my Facebook post, and she actually went in and shared it on my group. Here's a friend of mine, Joe Nunziata, in the group, and he posted something really great. It's an article, The Hidden Secret of Success, and he wrote for a company called Inspire Me Today to get today. Today I posted, what are you working on? Make it happen. By the end of the day, we'll have more comments. So far we have 3. Now look at Roger Gonzalez. I love this guy. Has anybody ever seen what he does for me? I'll do something and he'll turn it into videos or graphics. That's like a really cool graphic, right? So I definitely want to respond to him. And I'm going to show you how I engage him in a conversation. Actually, he needs love, not a like for that. I'm calling his name out. Got it? Roger Gonzalez. You always do something special. Cammie's not in the room right now, is she? But I want to just see that photo of me that's in that little photo right there? Cammie took that of me a year ago after she did my Mary Kay makeover, and I think she did such a beautiful job, and the photo's so pretty. I wanted to shout her out. Roger Gonzalez, you always do something special with my posts. Thanks for this. Watch what I'm doing. Pay close attention. Message me and let me know today, not tomorrow, not next week, and don't answer me back in a comment. I'm giving him a specific order. What am I telling him to do? Message me when? Today. Now I'm going to tell him what to do. And let me know what I can do for you. Engaging? He's in Greece, so he probably won't be messaging me right now, but when he does, what's going to happen? I'm going to message him. Then what's he going to get invited to do? 10-minute conversation. Got it? So Ellen says she's filling her anthology on overcoming depression. That is awesome, and I am so excited. You were just on, here's a hashtag, Terry TV. Anybody ever seen that before? What is that? It's my TV show that's coming out in January, so it's a hashtag. And then I'm going to put, watch this. Do you know about my free course? Now watch, I'm not telling her what the course is.
So then she's going to say, no, what course is that?
Will she engage back? Probably. Okay? So we're going to take a break before we do, and I'm going to teach you all this stuff specifically. So let me ask you a couple questions. What did you learn?
Engage to everyone.
Thank you. What else? Keep it going. Keep the conversation going. What else? Ask questions. Hashtags.
How to get a check?
How to get shares. Okay? So, and how to chat with people. What else? Yes, please fill out your profiles on your business page. Please. People want to know. So I'm going to tell you what I do. Cammie, I just gave you a shout out. We were looking at my beautiful photo, so thank you, Cammie. I appreciate it. People, I go to Facebook. Remember I told you that's the #1 search engine? So I wanted to get a pedicure the other day. So I didn't go to the person's website. I went to their Facebook page because it gives you hours of operation if you fill out your profile correctly. So it said Sundays, open at 10 o'clock. Okay. I get there, and 9:58, I open the door. There's 8 people in there, half of them already getting manicures and pedicures. I go, what's going on? They go, we open at 9 on Sundays. I say, you might want to update your Facebook so it's accurate. Oh, yeah, I never thought of that. So my Facebook has the hours of operation. So when somebody calls our 800 number and it's 6 o'clock Eastern and it doesn't get answered, yeah, we told you that's not an hour of operation.